Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Say, there be a yanina na hima nenam, mpanyimfo aye. Enti samoma mubela na yenso che say life e da danger. Ye be srem mpanyimfo. Ye be srem mpanyimfo. Yensada yensayem. Moma pepepe enye adwuma. Mumu atentenene. Medamo ase.
Ye frame Nana Poma Inshra. Me papa ene Apostle Dr. Emeritus Kwesi Asafo. Papa ne tete me frame mo frase. Na niesi no eye ya. Papa da fam ye nya ne krabre. Ye da sorry ya. Onabo adwa Asafo a. Ohima afriye. Papa doba ni piesie. Onni ne ho agro. Ena sabe ono ani nua bema ene ne bodyguards abonituo nhranka nyame safo ene ne nyankopon din se etuo ni bi anka no anka sabre ka ya hweradwoa anka Ghana anka yansan antia sempa biem me hu ne se esese atemuafo ene sabe Ghana.
All right, so you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Let me just say that yesterday I informed you that we have a new WhatsApp line, and well, you've been asking for it. We now have a new WhatsApp line, so it's 055-863-9114. So 055-863-9114. So kindly share your views with us on this number. Send us videos and issues in your community and contribute to discussions on the show. So 055-863-9114. All right, so let's hear from you. Let's hear what you make of the issues that we're discussing on the show today. Now, Uncle Kwesi and Mr. Collins Adomako Mensa, I'm sure that this weekend we all privy to what happened, and it was all over social media. We had heard that the former MP for Dom Kwabenya had come under some attack. Then subsequently we heard it was because she wanted to grace an occasion, which was the inauguration or the investiture or the swearing of her brother, who is called Akofena. She wasn't allowed in, and so reportedly or allegedly she shot at the security guards who were there, and they also returned it, and that's what resulted in her injuries that she sustained. And we saw some videos of her in an ambulance where she was being ferried to a nearby hospital. Now, all of these are, we call it reported, incidents. Now, today's Daily Guide has another interesting angle where we're told that for the first time, Asafo herself is talking, and she's telling us what exactly happened. So Prince Fifi York of the Daily Guide says the former Dom Kwabenya Member of Parliament, Sarah Asafo, has disclosed that doctors have detected bullets, pellets, and shattered glass fragment lodged dangerously close to her brain following the shooting incident that left her seriously injured. The former legislator made the revelation while receiving treatment at the 37 Military Hospital, where she has undergone 3 surgical procedures since the attack. Medical experts are said to be closely monitoring her condition due to the proximity of the fragment to critical brain issues. Speaking during a private interaction with journalists, Mr. Asafo described the injuries as severe and life-threatening while expressing gratitude for surviving the incident. Her family has meanwhile announced plans to fly her abroad later this week for specialized medical treatment. The proposed trip, they said, is subject to further medical assessment and logistical arrangement. Now, the latest development comes amid conflicting accounts surrounding the circumstances that led to the shooting. Some persons linked her younger brother, and that's Israel Kwesi Asafo, popularly known as Akofena, that he reportedly alleged that the former MP was the first to draw and fired a weapon during the confrontation. However, Mrs. Asafo has strongly denied the allegation, describing them as false and misleading. There was a point in this story where she said it was her father's ghost that stopped her from, that prevented the bullets from entering her head. But the same story says that they've removed some pellets from her head, so I don't know which is which. Anyway, so that's for the daily guide today. Then we're told by the Ghanaian Times that the Nana K. Asafo, Akofena, 8 others have been granted some 4.5 million cedis bail. Now, Malik Suleiman of the Ghanaian Times, he says that Nana Asafo Akofena, brother of Adjo Asafo, the former member of parliament for Dom Kwabenya constituency, and 8 others have been granted a total of 4.5 million cedis for causing unlawful damage and possession of firearms. This was after they appeared before the court on Tuesday, charged with use of offensive weapon contrary to Section 70 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, and prohibition of vigilantism groups and activities contrary to Section 35 of the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act 2019, Act 999. The accused were arrested in connection with gunshot injuries inflicted on Adjo Asafo on Sunday, June 21. Prosecuting Chief Inspector George Kuma told the court, presided over by Mr. Lawrence Achena, that the complainants were police personnel at the surveillance unit of the National Operations Directorate. The court heard that Akofena was a businessman while the other accused were private security guards. Chief Inspector Kuma told the court that the shooting occurred during the installation ceremony of Kwesi Asafo as the leader of the Kristo Asafo mission. He said a search conducted at the residence and vehicle in Kwamenya led to the discovery of multiple rounds of ammunition, including 9mm, that's 9mm, 45 caliber, and 40 caliber rounds, as well as loaded magazines and 2 clock pistols, one of which is said to be registered in the name of Akofena. So that's it. And then our Interior Minister has been talking about public policy matter. Now, he says that he's revoking all existing firearm permits.
It's unfair to link the two stories.
No, it's actually connected.
No.
No, he said it. He mentioned it.
No. Because I heard him talk about suicides. People who have committed suicides with weapons.
With weapons. Also, it has nothing to do with that Asafo matter.
No, it's not connected.
All right.
It's not connected.
Okay, maybe it's because of the timing. So I just wanted to draw the linkage. Yes, but that's fine. That's fine. If it's an entirely different story, because I just thought that the timing of that announcement perhaps was
the timing creates that impression.
Creates that impression.
But if you listen to the Interior Minister carefully,
right,
it is not about
that has to do with suicides,
suicides and other things.
Right, so firearm-related suicides and accidental shootings involving legally registered weapons.
Exactly.
So that's how the Daily Post reports it.
Yes,
all right. So let me bring you in, Mr. Kwesi Pratt. What do you make of this also for this development?
Maury, you're giving me a very difficult task this morning. But we have to. So we will. There are a number of issues involved in what is happening in the Kristo Asafo Church, which are deliberately not being discussed. Now, a couple of days ago, I happened to have been on a similar platform with a leading member of the New Patriotic Party, and he was hesitant to discuss the matters because of the involvement of ex-Honorable Adjo Asafo.
Right.
Because they belong to the same party and they are friends and so on. So these kinds of considerations, usually political, have not enabled us to discuss this matter dispassionately and to bring out all the elements. Now, if you listen to the contending forces, part of the struggle is about inheritance, property, and so on. And I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, how come? Who acquired that property? Whose sweat led to the accumulation that they are fighting over? I know that Kristo Asafo Church had farms, for example, on which church members worked without pay.
Fact.
Church members volunteered their time to work on the farms and the projects of Kristo Asafo and so on, leading to this accumulation.
Wow.
But when it came to inheritance, it is the children of the apostle who are struggling over the property. How come that the property does not properly, so speaking, belong to the church, but children have an exclusive right of inheritance? That's a huge problem. You see, all of these churches, the huge ones you see around and so on, the beautiful mansions and edifices and so on, they are built by the collective contributions of church members. But in the final analysis, they end up as property for the head pastors and bishops and archbishops, who can will it to their children. So you can be a church member, you can pay your tithes, you can offer voluntary service, you can contribute as much as you can in order for the church to accumulate wealth, but you have no right to that wealth.
Something is wrong.
The children of your archbishop or head pastor or something, who may not have contributed anything to the accumulation of that wealth, inherit that wealth. Something is wrong.
I agree.
Something is fundamentally wrong. And this dispute should open our eyes to what is wrong with the practice of the churches as businesses. Understand? Some of these churches have built schools, international schools, universities, and so on. The church members whose contribution led to building these institutions and so on, when their children have to go to those schools, they pay through the nose. When the head pastors and archbishops and so on die, that property is inherited by their family. Something is wrong. You understand? Something is fundamentally wrong. And this discussion is not looking at that. You understand? So I find something fundamentally wrong. There is something else which must come up for discussion. You see, all of these archbishops, apostles, and so on, when you go to them with your problems, it can be a security problem, it can be poverty problem, whatever problem it is, they tell you to come and pay money to them, so that they can intercede on your behalf. They tell you to fast and pray for the problem to be solved. Not so?
Yes.
But when they get problems, they don't fast and pray.
How do you know?
Why do they have all these guns? Why are they not asking God to protect them? Why do they have guns to protect themselves? Where is the power of God to protect? You understand? If you have a security problem and you go to your archbishop, he will tell you, bring money, bring cash. He will pray for you. He will intercede on your behalf. You understand? He will tell you to fast and pray. They don't fast and pray. They get private security people to protect them. Now, it is common to go to churches on Sunday and see that the pastors, when they are preaching the sermon, have bodyguards standing behind them. They don't even trust that God can protect them. They don't believe that God can protect them, but they want you to believe that God can protect you. This is the problem. There is a struggle for inheritance. There's a struggle for succession.
There's nothing wrong with extra security beef. You trust God, but you must also have human beings to protect you.
In the church. They should say that publicly. They should say that God's power is not enough protection and that you need also to have private security. They should say that publicly and we would agree with them.
Oh, Kwesi.
You understand? If they have the courage to say that publicly, I will applaud them.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So this whole fraud, I mean, this is just gigantic fraud. No, sir, it's fraudulent. You go to church a lot, I know. You haven't seen... Oh, why are you doing that? You haven't seen the pastors who are delivering sermons. They are delivering sermons. They are not making partisan political speeches. They're delivering sermons. They're interpreting the Bible and so on. And there are bodyguards standing behind them in church. Right behind the pulpit, they're bodyguards. These are charlatans, are they not? Huh? You know, some time ago, the US had an anti-smoking advert. I don't know if they still play it. But in this anti-smoking advert, the Surgeon General of the United States, he pops up on the screen. And he has a cigarette, you know, in his fingers, and he's puffing and smoking, you know. And then he says, do as I say and not what I do. This is the same thing happening in the religious sphere. They're telling us to do as they say, but not as they do. And people have become enslaved. You know, now we've come to the point where members of churches, and you all you know these stories. You know, don't pretend that you don't know, you know. Members of churches, if you buy a new car, you have to take the car to your pastor so that your pastor will bless it. And you know how the pastors bless it? He drives your new car for 3 months, sometimes 6 months, before you can drive your car. What is this? And it is happening. You know, you build a new house. Your pastor has to come and stay in the house for 6 months. You furnish it and everything. He has to come and enjoy the house for 6 months before you can move in. And people believe these things. And what is happening is a clear manifestation of this charlatanry. You understand? And this is where we should have the courage to speak out and stop this thing about, you know, why? The man who is going to inherit Apostle Asafo, look at the number of guns he has in his house. Look at the potency of weapons he has in his house, unless the police is lying. So this man believes...
It's on video. So,
it's on video, yes.
Yeah, it's on video. The guns are on video.
Well, these days AI can fake.
No. The videos are there.
No problem.
Somebody...
Yeah. So this is the representative of God on earth, okay, who can pray for your problems to be solved and so on. But he needs pump action guns, he needs high caliber pistols and so on. And people still go to church on Sunday. They will take their bath, put on lavender and deodorant and so on, put on their best clothes to go and participate in this host. Unbelievable. You know, I'm happy that the police administration is treating these matters as potential crime. Of course. Okay? And I'm very, very happy that the police administration is being very strict in this matter. And I'm hoping that they will continue in that vein. You know, I want to salute the police administration. This is not a religious matter. This is use of weapons, some of them unlicensed and so on. And the police administration is doing the right thing. And that is how we have to approach these things. You understand? I've seen too much of this. Look, I'll tell you a story. I used to live in Ebony, behind Pickford. And there's a woman there who was having all kinds of problems and so on. So she went to see her pastor, and the pastor prayed for her and said, oh, all of these problems you are getting is because your husband is a philanderer. Your husband has too many other women, you know, and that you need to fast and so on. Otherwise, this woman will gang up and they will kill you spiritually and so on. And then the pastor told the woman not to tell the husband this revelation. But somehow, this woman who loves the husband, and this is a true story, loves the husband and so on, one time couldn't help it and told the husband that all of this suffering is because of your philandering and so on. So husband says, no problem, let's go to your pastor. But when we go to your pastor, don't introduce me as your husband. Introduce me as your brother. Are you listening? This is a true story.
Yes.
So they go to this pastor, the pastor prays, performs his rituals and so on, and tells the man, what? All of your problems is because your wife has other boyfriends. Can you imagine? Destroying families, destroying relationships, and these are just pure charlatans. Why? Who pretend to be on a daily telephone call with God? Why would God talk to some of these people and not talk to you? Don't you have a cleaner heart than some of these charlatans?
I do.
This is the problem. Is this not the problem? If it's not the problem, tell me that it's not the problem. This is the problem. That's wrecking everything. Huh? What is this? Master.
Moro.
It's called Vintage Uncle Kwesi. Yes. Vintage Uncle Kwesi.
Yes. Moro, I was in Kumasi on Sunday when someone said...
You went to church?
I'm a Baptist. I go to church. I'm a Christian.
Your pastor didn't have a bodyguard.
My pastor does not have a bodyguard
in the pulpit.
In the church. In fact, he walks freely. He drives himself. Someone then sent me a picture of Asafo.
Yes.
Lying on a hospital bed with some bruises. So I asked her, what's the problem? What's wrong with her? Is there a problem? So there's been some confusion at her brother's house. I said, what's the issue? So it has to do with the father's death and the aftermath of the father's death. So I began to think. Asafo, if you look at my own sister Asafo and her brothers, very educated people. Their father, everybody will have their own rendition of who he was to them.
Yeah.
But take it or leave it. He was a very popular figure in Ghana.
Right.
And you could see him, as he was aging, was getting fragile. And naturally, at a point in time, he will be called to his maker. With all these intelligent, nice people, I was wondering why there's a fight as to who succeeds the father. More, I'm trying to make sense out of the whole thing. And how the father will be feeling now if he has the opportunity to feel anything at all.
Good.
How the father will be feeling now. That is, if he has any opportunity
To feel anything.
to feel anything at all. What he will be feeling now. Seeing what is happening after an illustrious life that he lived as a Ghanaian. Moro, this is a man, when he passed on, if you check how the invitations, even for the 1 week, how the invitations were shared, it tells you the kind of stature or how we see him, not just as an ordinary Ghanaian, but somebody who has lived a certain life to a certain level. Presidents were invited, chiefs, prominent Ghanaians, and we all witnessed this 1 week celebration. If the 1 week is anything to go by, we were all anticipating an even bigger event for his funeral. So now, Moro, will you attend the funeral?
No, I don't feel safe.
I don't feel safe to attend the funeral. To give your father a befitting burial.
Yeah.
Who? Is it me that I'm close to Asafo, that I know Asafo as a colleague member of parliament? So if I'm going there, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Whether I'm going in the name of...
You can go there, but with a gun in your back pocket.
my worry and shame is that the man they are all trying to celebrate. And even this whole funeral arrangement, press conference, how many funerals have press conferences to announce details? You have family members die all the time. You don't get an opportunity to even go to the presidency to send an invitation to the president.
True.
The fact that you go there to tell the president, Mr. President, my father has passed, should tell you that your father is seen in a certain light. I'm saying everybody will have their own rendition of who he was. if you talk to their church members during the 1 week when a rainbow pass appeared in the sky, they said that is an indication that that is the father. So he comes across as somebody with a lot of clouds and a lot of influence. I am saying that what we are witnessing now, what then is the preservation of his legacy by this attitude? Moro, you are rather destroying the man's legacy by these kinds of behaviors and injunctions here and there. This one cannot be the leader of the church, cannot succeed my father. This one cannot succeed. If you don't have a successor to your father, who is going to sit down and organize the funeral? And you're expecting heads of states, former presidents, sitting president to attend this funeral. If not for anything, just as we were saying during the break, Apostle Asafo, he's been employing a lot of people. I've seen the manufacturing, the car thing that he's done.
In fact, just recently they launched the
I've seen people driving the car. I've seen people driving the car. Is this an industrialist? Is somebody who has, done something for himself? He's lived a life. But what his children are.
Okay, so have you acquired any of his vehicles, or not yet?
First of all, you've seen the car which was fired at.
Yes.
Asafo's car.
It's a Land Cruiser.
Was it a Kantanka car?
It was built in America.
You more, why are you doing this? Allow me to finish my submission.
Oh no, he states a matter of fact. I don't know what he's doing.
I get the point. At the point,
if the manufacturers of the vehicle are not using the vehicle, why do you ask me whether I bought one?
Okay.
Bro, the point is that I am sad.
Don't do what they're doing. Just do as they say. They say buy the car. Finish.
Don't look at what car they drive.
No, it's not necessary. They say buy the car. Okay.
It's the legacy of the man. Some may argue that they don't believe in any legacy. The man does not have any legacy.
Yeah.
But there are thousands of people who really adore him, who bow to him, who go to his church. You get the point I'm making?
For whatever it is worth.
Whatever it's worth. But where is the legacy now?
He's their God.
Where is the legacy? Where is the legacy? The legacy is just being destroyed in our faces. Now you are being told that Asafo has to be flown out of the country to seek medical attention.
Yes.
I see, Collins, even that is problematic. You understand? Because if it's a case of fragments of glass and so on being lodged in her head, the expertise is here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Dr. Kaba.
Yeah, he can do that.
Dr. Kaba.
The Ghana Health Service.
Exactly. He's been doing brain surgery and all kinds of successful. The conjoined twins. And so, why go abroad? It's just part of the mentality, the fixation.
Second opinion. See, that's my worry. That's my worry. And it's sad watching the videos with security guys in the house with guns pointing at Asafo, and of course there's also a retaliation. Bang, bang, bang. If the children are fighting, what happens to the man's legacy? This whole thing, when I saw Asafo having a press conference, and I didn't see so many of his siblings in her company, I knew there was a problem. Because I was hearing stuff about the family on one side, and then my sister Adjoa and other people on the other side. But these are family matters. In fact, but for the security implications, these are their family matters.
No.
I can say I'm coming.
Churches are public institutions.
I get you. I'm saying that.
And
but for the
about succession in churches and
that's what I'm saying. But for the
matters.
Yes, but for the as for me for the security implication, because the guy where the guns were shot, he lives in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
He lives in the neighborhood. So they are neighbors in the area, and the fact that your father is dead should not jeopardize my existence. You get the point? So I was so happy when the police swiftly intervened and arrested some of them, because you cannot just be firing just because your father is dead and that there's confusion amongst family members. If that is the case, deal with your family matter. Deal with your family matter. But you cannot put all of us in jeopardy. And I'm saying that it is sad that a man who has lived a very successful life should have his children behave this way. To the extent that one, we are being told, nearly lost her life. Can you imagine if Asafo, touch wood, had lost her life? What would have happened? The man you want to celebrate in his death, you yourself, you are going to die even before you celebrate him. It just didn't make any sense to me. I'm just pleading with the family. Cool heads must prevail. The man himself, I'm going to say the man himself is dead. The man himself, about succession, properties,
he has transitioned.
He has transitioned.
He is not dead.
He's transitioned.
He's just transitioned.
I'm saying that
he's probably sitting at the right-hand side of God.
And the point I'm making is the man himself, who was a fulcrum or the pillar of the family, who brought about all these things that we are talking about, Apostle Asafo, Kantankaka, his farms, his buildings, his church, he himself has transitioned. The only thing you can do for him is to give him a befitting burial, celebrate him, so we move on.
And what happens to the property? That's the issue.
But that's the point
I'm
making.
What happens to the property?
But
Who takes the property?
The one who,
you forget that is the central issue now.
But the point the one who acquired the property, the one who acquired the property has transitioned. So you should know that even if you acquire that property, one day you also transition.
Yeah, but you would have acquired it and enjoy it small.
Why are you fighting over something that eventually you'll be transitioning and leaving?
Yes.
Why? To the extent that you are putting other people in jeopardy. And these are smart lawyers, intelligent people, you know. And I believe that they have too many intelligent people in their family, from what we know, even their educational qualification.
Yes.
To sit at the table, have a very frank discussion, and let cool heads prevail. And I saw the young man when he was being sworn in as like a chief. Is that the tradition of the church? Because I thought the father was
Are you questioning the tradition of the church?
I'm not questioning. I'm saying that I thought the father was a pastor.
Yes.
So how do you, in a normal churches, how do you replace a pastor? And he's being crowned like a chief. No, I'm trying to understand that.
But that is not new. That's not new. I mean,
no,
if you go into the history of the church,
the Kristo Asafo church.
No, the church as an institution. You know, if you go into that history,
for me, I understand.
You find, for example, that there were Christians who believed that the Christian way of worship and so on was European culture, and that we needed to Africanize it. And it is this philosophy, this thinking, which led to the emergence of the Mozamo Disco Kristo Church. So if you go into the Mozamo Disco Church, there are rituals and so on.
Okay, so as for me, I'm just asking questions. Because my church, when my pastor is 60 years, this looks like the Ashanti tradition.
Yes.
Installing a king.
A king or a chief.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making. But I've not known this to be part of the Christian style. That's the point I'm making.
And that's what I'm explaining to you.
I get your explanation now. Because in my church,
it's been Africanized.
Okay, in my church, when my pastor is exiting or is 60 years, is retiring, the process of bringing in a new pastor, we don't go through this.
Because you are yet to Africanize your process.
Your pastor's position would not be taken over by his son.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
It's not inheritance.
It's not inheritance.
Exactly.
It is it's a whole convention. They come, they bring, just like the Pentecost and all those people. You get the point? So I'm asking questions about the style.
Okay.
If it is normal, that's fine. I mean, I don't have any problem with it. But what I know, the style I know, is a very smooth transition process. Sometimes the headquarters will bring a pastor. He's now leading the church. And everybody is okay, we all move on. You know, so I will plead with the family. The man, as I said, has lived a very illustrious life. He's known all over the world, known all over Ghana, you know, and we should just take our time and give him a befitting farewell. And I'm sure all well-meaning Ghanaians will have time to come and pay their last respect. Okay. But this style, I'm not too sure if somebody will be comfortable to attend a funeral with this kind of acrimony in the system.
Right. All right. Let me bring in some of our viewers, and I told you that we have a new WhatsApp line, so those of you who want to express your thoughts or your views, and you also have some concerns in your community that you want to draw attention to, please send it to this number. It could be the traffic situation is bad, it could be the roads are bad, sanitation problems, armed robbery, whatever it is. Please send them to this video. It could be a picture, it could be a video. We will find a way of it, authenticating it, because these days, because of artificial intelligence, people create all kinds of things, but we'll beg you not to do that. We want to take you seriously, and so please take us seriously. So when you send us these videos, we'll follow up and speak to the duty bearers and get them to intervene on your behalf. 0558 639114. 0558 639114. So as I did indicate, share your views with us, send us videos of the issues in your communities, and also contribute to discussions on the show. So this one here from, so anyone says that this is one of the best episodes of GMG by a country mile this year. The respect, camaraderie, and the mood in the studio just made viewing refreshing. My regards to the panelists and to you, Mr. Moro. By the way, Moro is the... Okay. All right. You don't ask questions like this. You know, it's just too personal. Anyway. So good morning, Moro. This game, Ghana versus England, I'm happy that it drew. Mark my word, today we will beat Croatia. That's from Chief Aliyu Mahama from Dome. And he says, I'm enjoying your show. Nana Karikari from Techiman. Now, Moro, greetings to Mr. Kwesi Pratt. Okay. Greetings to Kwesi and Kwame. Now, the practice is that these big pastors prepare their children to take over from them. Is that how God calls people? Okay. Please, Moro, tell Mr. Kwesi Pratt that the Kantanka issue isn't only limited to the Kristo Asafo Church. There is also the family business, which are Kantanka Automobile, Kantanka Farms, Kantanka Multimedia, and others. So he should touch on all these areas and not limit it to the church alone. Then he would understand that not just any member of the church can succeed him, but it should be from the bloodline. By Okabili. Uncle Kwesi's sweeping statement is very unfortunate. If some churches do what he claims, if it doesn't mean all churches do it. In a Baptist church, the property belongs to the church. There are no border guards protecting the pastors when preaching. I think that sometimes people like to take what Mr. Kwesi Pratt says so literally. When he says these days pastors are doing ABC, he's not saying, it's not absolute. I mean, every pastor does that. But a certain trend is growing.
I actually said that some pastors.
Yes, he actually says some pastors. So sometimes be fair to our panelists. Anyway, Max Rubio said it many years ago. The Reverend drives fancy cars, and the congregants have to sacrifice to him charity. Stealing in the name of the Lord. Religion is absolute business in Ghana. Kojo from Pig Farm. Now, Amek says that why are people not blaming Sarah Asafo for going there to do what she did? If this has happened in the USA and she died, a lawyer can't defend it. Good morning, Ghana. Great show by all standard. Greetings to your cherished viewers, and that's from Amek. Now, this one from Samuel Brian Boabing. He says, Adjoa will not seek medical treatment abroad. Any educated person who fights over their late parents' property to the extent of taking a life needs their head examined. Many Ghanaians have risen from abject poverty and are doing very well for themselves. So owners of Kantanka Automobile don't even drive the cars. So apparently, Samuel Brian Boabing has expressed this view before. He's always wondered why the Kristo Asafo don't buy this, they don't buy the cars, including their children, but then asking others to do the same. So he was just reminding. In fact, he sent a story to me which captured that particular view that he expressed. So he says, my regards to Honorable Collins Adomako and Mr. Pratt. Now, this one here, E.K. Kumson says that I don't know how to express my delight with respect to the angle from which Uncle Kwesi is taking the discussion. The church has become a massive problem in this country for decades, but cheap politics is preventing political leaders from taking proper action. The church is the number one problem, and we all know it, and it's so sad. E.K. Kumson from UCC. Sani Saliu says that synodically, Morocco is still an African country. They are picking and choosing of where they belong is just mischievous until they delineate themselves from all activities connected to Africa, be it sports and recreation, politics, economics, and all. They are all Africans. I can't agree with honorable colleagues them all. The three lions, however, were just left off the hook. No thanks to the VAR officials on the coffee break. Good morning. Let's start from Sally. Now, this one here says that thanks for the number. We're grateful to the producers. There's a lot happening on our roads. Metro TV, that's come from Papa Ike. And then this one says, Mr. Moro, trust me, even the man himself, Apostle Asafo Kantanka the late, once used a Lincoln Navigator to work every day. I saw this between 2018 to 2020. Maybe it's the Kantanka Lincoln. Sometimes we have to watch it closely. It's maybe the Kantanka Lincoln, you never know.
What?
It's Kantanka Lincoln. It's
Kantanka Lincoln Continental.
Yes, Navigator. Yes.
Continental.
Please watch it closely. For all you know, it's his own product. Yes.
Continental.
So I still have some more. I still have some more messages, but I want us to do this quickly, and then I can come back and look at some of the messages that we have. So MNC Group, please discover them. They are number one partner in minerals and food commodities. Sorry, I'm nursing some codes, so I sound a bit nasal, but please bear with me. And food commodity, and they also deal in real estate. They have general logistics, procurement, management, consultants, investment advisory, import and export. They have headquarters in East Legon, Accra, Ghana. They have offices in Dubai, Hong Kong, and Guangzhou in China, Johannesburg in South Africa, Virginia, USA, Arizona, Italy, and Hanover in Germany. We connect markets that drive business growth with tailor-made solutions that will meet your needs. So track starts to maximize your value in every deal. So reach us on MNC Group at that's mncgroupgh.com, or call us on 0302-998-246 or 026-550-5337 or 056-103-2252. MNC Group, totally reliant. Now, the Office of the Registrar of Companies wants me to remind you one more time, or once again, that business owners, of course, you, our viewers, the business owners and the general public, that the deadline for filing annual returns and renewing business names has been extended from 30th April 2026 to June 2026, 30th. So this extension is to give business additional time to regularize your status and also to avoid penalties. Failure to comply with this new deadline may attract sanctions, including additional fees and possible removal from the company's register. Additionally, the ORC has announced that 318 companies have been earmarked to be struck off the register in accordance with the Companies Act 2019. Affected companies have 3 months from this publication due to date to take action or make representation. So for further inquiries, clarification, or to obtain a copy, please call our center 0308-249-841 or send us a WhatsApp on 059-952-5774 or connect with us on social media. That's ORC Ghana. ORC, a trusted partner for business. Kwesi, you have any concluding remarks on this Asafo matter? Let's talk about succession planning and how a lot of families don't do this. And so usually when the owners pass on, there are problems with inheritance and so on. And that is what has created this. And so other churches or businessmen and women must take a cue from some of these things, because we keep hearing these things all the time. When the vision bearer passes on, there's always a problem, you know.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.